And then also, we're going to cut this because I totally lost my train of thought. It's probably got to stay in.
Probably going to start the show with it.
Welcome to another episode of the Creature Podcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Lindsay.
And you know, Lindsay's always asking me, can we make Wormuary sexy? She's always going on about how Halloween stores have like half the store dedicated to sexy costumes and that Christmas is constantly churning out holiday hookup movies. Well, today we're finally addressing this. Can we bring sexy to Wormuary? The answer is no. We're talking about 1988's Lair of the White Worm. Written, produced, and directed by Ken Russell. He's a diverse and often controversial director. He received an Oscar for Women in Love. He also received bands and an X rating for The Devils. He did the rock opera Tommy for The Who. And he directed Altered States, a flick that we might actually revisit for this show. This dude was all over the place. This movie was a VHS cover that I would clock at the video store as a kid in the horror section, but I always chalked it up to horny horror, so I couldn't ask my parents to rent it for me. Lindsay, you really liked this.
I did. I have to say, I'm going to take a little time out and talk about Jamie, Midsummer Murders.
I love
This movie is an episode of Midsummer Murders. There's one fantastical worm in it, but other than that...
With a monster in it.
The entire thing. It's like only a couple years before Midsummer Murders started, but it doesn't have like... The detective element isn't there. It's more of like a... They're doing their own detecting.
Yeah, they are detecting something.
They're
on
their
a
own
mystery.
They're stuck in the mystery themselves.
When you say it literally is an episode,
It's literally an episode. So there was an episode of Midsummer Murders that was like Bud of the Worm or something. They did as a play on this movie.
Huh.
Yeah. It is super awesome. It just felt like Midsummer Murders.
So that's why. So I brought this into Wormuary because, frankly, we're running out of horror movies. And I watched it for the first time. Like I said, it was always around. The cover was always around when I was young. I watched it when I was recovering from surgery just recently, and I was like, this is fucking weird, man. And it's got, it's Peter Capaldi. It's Hugh Grant. It's these actors that have been around forever as babies, running through this thing. And I was like, well, maybe this is a horror movie. And you were like texting me. This is good stuff. And when you made the comparison to Midsummer Murders, a show that I only vaguely know. I like walk through a room and it's on. Mm-hmm. I find the acting so weird. And a lot of your British content is just like, I think I have a disconnect. I'm not in on the joke. The campiness of it is a part of it.
Right.
And so when I rewatched this for the podcast, I was like, oh, yeah, this is something she watches on a regular.
Well, Midsummer Murders, it's weird. Yeah.
It is weird.
The very first episode has incest in it. A brother and a sister are sleeping with each other.
Yeah, they are.
I was like, the very first episode, they're just right off the bat, they're like, this is going to be strange. Enjoy it.
Yeah,
and they have like a weird mother-son relationship that's also like the voyeurs of the neighborhood. The whole first episode is
she's
nuts.
like spying on stuff, and he's like, "Oh, mommy," and you're like, "What is?"
And I was telling Michael, I'm like, the whole fact of like there's a cult and all that's not unheard of. There's so many cult episodes in Midsummer Murders.
we got to do a separate Midsummer Murders.
A whole other
We'll
podcast.
We'll have to find one just for Michael to watch.
But it's so... Oh, there's been a couple. There's that one that's like about they think the town has a werewolf. Mm-hmm. There's one where there's like a late night space cult.
Like waiting for aliens?
Yes.
Yeah. And they think they're coming on the comet, and then they're like, oh, they're here. It's an alien body, but it's obviously just a dead human body.
It also feels like the X-Files has done all of the versions of this. And I'm like, what came first, Midsummer Murders or it's all...
Midsummer Murders premiered in 1997.
Yeah.
I want everyone listening to know that I just pulled that information out of my head.
Right out of her brain, off the top of the dome.
X-Files started before that, but Midsummer Murders and X-Files have nothing to do with each other.
Oh,
it was just weird, quirky town
there's
stuff.
literally an episode where a whole town's freaking out because they think there's a werewolf.
Sure.
And there's not. It's one of those few episodes.
Those were my favorite episodes of X-Files is because they were like the one-offs where it didn't have any of the crazy drama.
Yeah, the mythology and
mythology.
Of
it's
X-Files
just weird.
I just like the mystery that the cops are going to find out and solve and move on, which is why I love Midsummer Murders because it's super quirky.
We should do an X-Files podcast.
They always go to like a town where like, why is every town in Midsummer, fucking Twin Peaks.
Well, yeah, exactly. I
Every
mean,
town is like, every single person in this town is weird. What kind of well water are you guys drinking?
I'm solely appreciating, like, so with this movie, I don't know what's bad acting and supposed to be funny.
Right.
It's very, I think, clever. I'm going to be on the side of, like, they're tongue-in-cheek. And
It is
they're
tongue-in-cheek.
kind of winking at you.
Yeah.
And the British sensibilities kind of go over my head from time to time. So,
Okay.
Lindsay, do you want to
Yes.
take us through
All right, I
the
will.
layer of the white worm?
Okay, so we start with like a rock and a cave entrance, like this big rock on a hill and a cave entrance. And then we slowly zoom with the casting credits happening.
Yeah, as the credits are going on,
Yeah.
we're moving into this cave.
And then we flash to an archaeologist pulling a strange skull from the ground in front of like a farmhouse.
Real quick, I'm so sorry, but during the credits, I feel like I'll be remiss if I don't
Sure.
say this.
Do
During
what
the
you gotta
credits,
do.
it says this is based off of the Bram Stoker novel,
Yes.
Lair of the White Worm, the same title.
Yes.
I dabbled with the idea of reading this for the episode because I thought it was a novella,
Mm.
but it turns out it's like 324 pages or something. And then I started reading the reviews of it, and it's placed number 12 in one critic's list of worst horror novels ever written. And H.P. Lovecraft himself said that Stoker utterly ruins a magnificent idea by developing it almost infantilely. So,
Wow,
yeah,
okay.
let's just do the movie instead.
All right, yeah, sounds like a good plan.
Apparently, it's incredibly loosely based off of it. in a
Right.
way.
So the archaeologist turns out to be Peter Capaldi, and he is so young. Like,
Yeah.
this is a man who's been like perpetually gray for the last
Yeah, I was
20
like,
years.
is his hair still gray?
No, it's
No,
like brown and
it's-
curly,
and
like
huge.
X's
He's got
hair.
this huge amount of like floppy hair.
Yeah,
It's funny.
huge amount of floppy hair. What? Yeah, it's crazy,
awesome.
and he's like baby faced.
Yeah. His name is Angus.
Yeah.
Angus Flint. And he, like you said, he's pulling like a dinosaur skull from the ground.
Yes, and it does look like a dinosaur skull. He also says it's found in a level of flint from about 1,000 years ago, and he also found some Roman coins.
Right. This is in a like pasture, like right outside of a bed and breakfast in Derbyshire. So it's very like pastoral.
Yeah.
And there's two sisters that are running this bed and breakfast that have come out to see his excitement.
Right. Yes. And he does say that because of the level of where this was buried, this is not.
It's not a dinosaur.
It's not a dinosaur.
It's
Yeah.
too current.
It's too current.
By far. It's Roman era, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of groundwork here. It's like this used to be a convent, and the convent was built right when the Doomsday Book was written, which I've always heard about the Doomsday Book. I didn't really know what it was. I looked it up, and basically it's like the first UK accounting of like who owns what as far as property and stuff. It's like the first ultimate like landlord book to be like, how can we get money out of these people?
Gotcha.
Like who owes what? There's pictures I saw online last night. The writing in it is very like, it looks like if you read it out loud, like demons would come to earth, but really it's just like this asshole has this land and therefore owes taxes or
Right.
whatever.
So both of the girls, and his name is Angus Flint, and I refer to him as Flint a lot.
That's fine. And the girls are Mary.
Mary and
And
Eve.
Eve.
Yeah. And they're talking about a party that they're going to.
Yeah, they basically like force him into escorting them to this party.
Yes.
He's like, I don't really want to go, but they're like, but you got to. Mary is very obviously flirting with him, and Eve is going to
Meet
the party
up.
to meet someone.
We're at the party, and it's really Technicolor, and Hugh Grant is dancing with Eve.
Right.
In a very almost like Pride and Prejudice type line dance, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, the music that's playing is like a straight up hoedown.
It is.
And they are even dressed in like, I'm like, this is a crossed wire here.
Do
But
British people like
Yes.
country music?
Yeah, I mean.
they are, I mean, the dance is like
Hey,
do-si-doing
England?
also.
Do you guys like country? What's the vibe?
It can also just be like British folk music, you know, which
I
is
feel like there's a difference
This
between
is-
American country and British folk.
It is very, you're right. And this is a weird little combo of the two. Like there's a fiddle and there's straw hats.
British and
whatnot.
Scottish fiddle music is not that different from
Right.
American hoedown.
And
Yeah.
they're singing almost like there's this song from this movie has been covered by people like the Pogues or like the Dropkick Murphys and
Sure.
shit like that because it sounds very punkish in a way. The song is called The D'Ampton Worm, and it's basically the tale of back in the day, John D'Ampton slayed a worm that, well, I mean, the whole story
Yeah, I wrote,
is
so then the giant wormy
there's a puppet that comes out.
fish comes out. Yes, it looks like a silk Chinese dragon, but it's white.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a blind albino Chinese dragon with the people inside marching it around.
Yes.
And it looks like almost it's going to devour one of the dancers,
Right.
Eve. to be exact.
Yes, and then like Hugh Grant's character, he cuts it in half.
Cuts it in half.
Yeah.
Basically, they're acting out the lyrics
Because
of the
his
song.
ancestor in the past was the one who
Because Hugh
fought
Grant.
the worm.
Yeah. Hugh Grant is James D'Ampton.
Yes.
Now, real quick aside, all of this is note for note the actual story of the Lambton worm. You could look it up. It's a real thing. It's the same story,
okay.
but the family name is different. It's a historical folk story about how a dude caught a fucked up fish when he should have been at church. And
That's the
it's
point
a
of the
moral
story.
tale. It's a moral tale. And he basically
been at church.
caught the devil and threw it into the well because he was ashamed that he should have been in service. He went and joined the fucking Crusades, which I'm sure everything was great
Right.
there. Yeah, I'm sure he did everything on the up and up there. And then the little fucked up fish grew into the giant menacing worm, and when he came back from the Crusades, he had to slay the thing that he wrought.
Gotcha.
That's the story, and that's basically the same story.
Yes,
as this.
basically, it's concepts, yeah.
But Hugh Grant is very charming, of course, and he just thinks this is all very funny.
Yes.
It's an annual thing that the town did, and he
Yeah.
thinks it's cute at best.
Yes, no, so this is where James D'Ampton and Angus Flint meet, and they have a conversation. It's established that James is the lord of the manor, and Flint is digging on his land because the two sisters are renting from him.
Right. Now, you think it's going to be a problem because he's like, you're fucking up my land, huh? And he's like, yeah, I'm just here doing a paper. I'm a student from the Orkneys. Is that what it's called?
Uh-huh.
Scotland Islands.
Orkneys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scottish island. And Capaldi's Scottishness.
He's always been Scottish.
Yeah, full out here. But Hugh Grant's just like, yeah, fuck it. I don't care if you dig up my shit.
He's a young man who
Yeah.
likes to party. Flint then tells James that he probably found his worm, but it must not be taken literally. And I wrote a note here that worm, W-O-R-M, could also be W-Y-R-M.
It's a dragon.
It's a dragon.
Yeah.
So,
I love that they say this because it's just a fucking worm.
it is just a fucking worm. So they also talk about the history of the worms and the worms.
Yeah, there's a
worms
little
and worms
etymology
and dragons. Yeah.
lesson here.
Yeah.
All while
Eating
Angus
red noodles.
is eating red noodles, and this is all in like everyone's
And
going
it's
by
so
this
funny.
buffet
It's
table.
so funny because, like, okay, so like they're like at a buffet line and
Yeah.
they're talking, and Hugh Grant starts dishing these red noodles
To
onto
people's plate.
Angus's plate.
Well, and also to other people.
Yeah,
he's like
just,
the keeper of
giving
the
it-
red
yeah.
noodles.
And Angus starts eating them. He eats it like super sloppily.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's just like hanging down his face, his chin.
Gross.
Well, to be honest, I
then-
think this prop is terrible because Hugh can't get it onto the plate.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
And
but
so-
then James is like, he's like, I'm glad you really like this. This is our local delicacy. It's pickled earthworms.
Pickled earthworms and aspic.
Yes, in
So it's in
aspect.
gelatin.
Yes. It's in gelatin,
Yeah.
yes.
It's not real, is it?
I don't think. I
Is he
don't
just
think
telling
so.
a joke?
I don't know.
And so he's taken aback by this, but the girls save them.
Yeah.
Eve takes Hugh off to one side, and Mary takes Angus home. They're leaving the party.
So later, Mary and Flint are walking home through the woods, and Mary talks about how she would normally not come this way, but she feels safe with him.
Okay. Can we talk about the acting a little bit here?
Sure.
Mary's acting is so weird and stilted, and like it's almost like she's reading off of cue cards right off the thing, and she keeps talking about like, ever since my mom and dad died, I wouldn't come this way, and it's very, very funny.
Her voice is also really high pitched.
Yeah.
It's a very baby doll voice.
I was trying to save Jamie's ears. I'm not doing it.
But anyways, okay, so she won't come this way because her parents disappeared. This is like the last place they knew her parents were at. But,
Yeah, it was
but
last
there was
year
no
that the
signs of a
parents-
struggle when
Yeah.
her
It
parents
was just
disappeared.
last year?
It was just last year that her parents disappeared,
Yeah.
which I was surprised too.
Yeah, I was like, I thought you were going to be like, oh, when she was a girl.
No,
No.
it was just last year.
It was just last
Well,
year,
she's being
and
very cavalier about it then.
yeah, it's like no struggle. It's like the earth just came up and swallowed them.
Yeah. And then Flint roundaboutly asks Mary if she has a boyfriend, and she says no. He killed himself on a motorbike, that bugger.
I love it. It's just so casual. It's just like, not since he died in a motorcycle accident, and then he just like kisses her.
He kisses her. He just
It's
randomly
like,
kisses
oh,
her.
well, as long as like you have 3 terrible recent tragedies, I'm gonna make my move.
So then as they're driving, they see a car in the dark driving without headlights on.
Okay, and this motherfucker's real. It looks like a British Batmobile.
Yeah.
It's a wild-looking car, but it is a 1963 Jaguar E-Type, and it looks like a snakehead. The headlights are slitted, and a cab of it is way back, and the nose is really long, and it like it's picked purposefully. It looks
Yeah.
like it's slithering through
Sure.
the woods.
Mary is frightened, and then they get back to the boarding house, and Flint asks Mary if the police ever looked at that house.
Yeah, it's
for
going
her
to.
parents.
We don't
'Cause
actually
the house
see the
is
house
abandoned.
first, but it's like a deserted house.
Yeah.
But it's not, and the whole town should know it's not. It's so funny because the cop and Hugh, what's Hugh's name? James. They both know that there's a
Everybody
part-time
knows.
residence, so I don't
yeah.
know why she says it's deserted.
Yeah, it's deserted in the
It
winter.
should be deserted
It should be
now.
deserted, yeah.
And that comes up.
So as they arrive back, there's a cop is at the boarding house, and he's just like drinking tea. He's made himself at home in the boarding house. He's
this is
drinking
Ernie.
tea.
He'll be a major part of this story.
Ernie tells him that some other tenant had let him in, and they've gone to bed because he got tired of waiting. So there's somebody else staying at this house, but we don't ever meet them.
Right. It's basically just to say that the sisters are kind of like falling down on their job of the bed and breakfast because they're out partying.
Yeah. So Ernie, the police officer, hands her a box where a pocket watch is inside, and it turns out to be her father's.
Yeah.
The cop says it was found in Stone Ridge Cavern.
Which is the cavern from the opening credits. We'll revisit this place a bunch.
Yes. And he says that they're resuming the search for her parents in the morning, and Mary's like, I want to join. She then remembers to tell him about the car with no headlights in the forest at the empty house, and he guesses he must check it out.
Yeah. Ernie's perpetually put out. He's always talking about just when I'm about to get off shift. He is quite the British character. He's got lazy eyes.
He does have a lazy eye.
One eye is almost always closed,
Droopy
and the
eye,
other
too.
eye it's like the perfect combo platter of Britishness in this guy. It's and it's not just the eyes. It's just like the demeanor and the I am always put out.
Yeah. This deserted house is called Temple House.
Yep.
And the copper goes to go inspect it, and he also sees a lantern going through the house.
Right.
So he calls whoever's at the police station for backup.
This is a funny scene. He calls for backup because he thinks, there's an intruder, and his backup can't come because
He has no car because Ernie has the car.
Ernie has the car. He's like, take a taxi. Well, the taxi driver in the town was arrested for drunk driving.
Yes.
And he's like, well, get on your bike. He's like, well, my bicycle pump is broken. And he's like, well, just get down here anyway. He's like, my dinner will be...
My dinner will be cold.
Will be cold. And he's just like, well, fuck off then.
So the copper then...
And then promptly gets bitten by a snake.
He gets bit by a snake, and he like falls to the ground. Then a lady pirate in white shows up. And the only reason why I call her a lady pirate is because she's wearing a tricorn hat.
Welcome to the party, Sylvia. This is our main villain. She is a wild character.
Turns out that she's the lady of the manor, this house. So, and then the scene jumps, and Lady Sylvia is literally sucking snake venom out of Ernie's
just
leg.
Cut straight to her lips on his shin.
Yeah, and like sucking. Yeah. And she swallows it. She swallows the snake venom.
Yeah. I mean,
she does.
We are already not, there is no subtlety to this. In a couple minutes, I'm going to be like, well, fuck you then. Like, the movie is just like, this is it.
Okay, so the cop and Sylvia, they talk about how she's here out of season, and because normally she hibernates during the winter, and the house is closed during the winter.
Exactly. It's a parallel thing happening here where he's surprised that the snake was out there because it shouldn't be awake yet.
Yeah.
And then later in the conversation, he's surprised that she's there because she's not normally there until the spring.
Right.
So obviously these snakes have woken up early, both of them.
Yeah. So the next day, her name is Lady Sylvia Marsh. Lady Marsh goes into the Trent house, which is the boarding house, to visit, and she has a weird interaction with the hole in the ground. Like, she's just, like, standing at it, like, where they were digging up the stuff, and she's, like, smirking at the ground.
Yeah.
It's weird. She just walks over there, she smirks at it, and then she walks away.
This actress got the homework to be a snake in a human form and nailed it.
Yeah.
She's fucking weird throughout the entire thing. She just gets into the weird fugue states, and then she, like, goes like what she's about to do. Well,
so she goes into the house and she reads a note that's left on the table that was written on the back of an envelope, and then she sees the watch as well, and then she proceeds to just go upstairs.
So Eve and James aren't back from the party yet. It was an overnighter. Angus and Mary are off on the search.
They're on the
party.
search for the parents.
And this Sylvia just starts going through
snooping.
rooms.
Yeah, she goes snooping. Then she finds the skull upstairs.
Now, when she walks in, the skull is in the foreground. She walks into the room directly across from it, gets on her knees.
She does. Yes.
She gets down on her knees.
And she manhandles it reverently, is what I wrote.
And crawls to it, but you can't see the knees for the skull. So it looks like she's
undulating,
like slithering towards the camera. It's fucking...
I was just about to make a joke that you were like, oh, she's a snake in a human form. I was like, does she wriggle on the ground.
No, I'm so glad I didn't rent this, get this as a kid, because it would have fucked me up. Like, it's trying to be sexy and it's just not.
They said, "Are snakes sexy just on their own?" And you're like, I don't.
Well, it forces it. It's desperately telling you this woman's hot. This whole movie.
Well, so then Sylvia steals the snake skull, the skull. And then her eyes turn yellow and her teeth grow inch-long fangs, and she spits a weird goo at a crucifix in the hallway.
Yeah. So the movie is like, hey, do you get what we're doing? It's kind of subtle.
She's
and
a
then
snake
she just
lady.
turns into a snake lady and hawks a acid loogie
Yeah,
at
I was
a
like,
venom loogie.
It's not acid.
That's why-
Immediately, they're like, she's not human.
Yes, immediately.
Yeah. The fangs are...
They're
Which is
like huge. Yeah.
A Disney Channel movie move. We're 15 minutes in. We're already going to reveal the secret to you.
That is correct.
You're too stupid to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
So she leaves the Trent house, and then Lord James brings Eve home. He seems interested in the hole, and she then finds the note from her sister and decides to have a lie down because she can't handle what's happening.
Yeah. The news of her father, the search continuing is like, too late to get to them.
Right.
And anxious anyway, so she's just going to
Right,
take
and
a lie
James
down.
appears to leave the house.
Yeah.
So then as she's going up the hall, she notices the weird green goo on the crucifix, and then she touches it, and then she has a vision.
Okay.
You want to talk about the vision?
No, you go. I want to know how... No, you do it, because I
Okay.
want to know how subtle I
So the vision is like a bunch of nuns around a crucified man, which could be Jesus, it could be, but it's not because it was only 1,000 years ago. Well,
it's a Christ figure, but it's
a
still
Christ
alive
figure.
in the vision.
They're all praying,
He's still
and then they get attacked by these Romans, and they're just being raped.
It's just a
The nuns are
full-on-
all being raped. Their habits are torn off.
So this is where the controversy... Remember, this director, Ken Russell, is not afraid of nudity, graphic depictions of stuff. This is how he got X ratings. This is very much like... Oh, we're all being raped very graphically at the foot of a living Christ who's being gnawed on by
and
a
then
giant
also,
white snake.
yes, like I said, there's also a white snake
A
that's
giant phallus.
that's wrapped around the crucified man and is gnawing on him, like gnawing on his arm or something.
Yeah.
And then we see a snake-like woman bearing her fangs, like just bearing them.
This
and then
is
she
Sylvia
keeps
and her-
muttering the word Dionin. Dionin.
And she's flicking her tongue, and there's like bad CGI fire behind all of it.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
It's very Technicolor 60s, actually, for the 80s. Yeah.
If it was like zooming in and out, and there was like some cool...
It's like acid trip.
some cool techno going, this would be an awesome music video.
So then James has come back into the house and wakes her and asks her what happened, asks Eve what happened. They go back downstairs, they have tea, and he asks her to tell her what happened. And she's like, she saw what was on the crucifix, she went to touch it, and she doesn't remember anything else.
Right.
But she does remember putting the watch in her pocket.
And now when she
And
pulls
she
it
takes
out...
it out. Suddenly, the minute hands on the watch is a snake. Doesn't ever come back. I don't know why
No,
they did
it doesn't
that.
matter. Like, everything has to be like snake imagery.
And then that's when she remembers that there was a serpent coiled around the crucifix, and James asks her if it was white like the one in the yard. And she's like, what are you talking about? There's no snake in the yard.
Right.
So then we go outside.
And it's revealed that Angus has been busy.
He's been
Apparently,
busy,
he
yeah.
also... He has dug a little deeper, and uncovered a giant mosaic that basically depicts
A white snake, around a crucifix.
A crucifix.
Yeah, a red crucifix. So then they go upstairs to look through Lint's stuff, but that's when they notice that the skull
Well, they go
is
upstairs.
missing.
Yeah, they're not just look through stuff. They're like, this is where the skull was, and James is like, show me the skull.
Yeah.
But of course, it's gone.
And
already.
then Mary and Flint come back, and Eve tells them what happened.
Yeah.
And then we flash out of this.
Yeah, cut to our Boy Scout.
Yeah, we meet a hiker Boy Scout.
A 22-year-old Boy Scout.
So James has left, and he just drives by this hitchhiker.
Right. There's
Yeah.
a little... Yeah, I don't know. They do this a couple times.
He's driving a Wraith or something, some sort of Rolls Royce.
Yeah, it's another fancy
Yeah,
British
but then
60s car.
Lady Sylvia does not drive by. She stops. And it's raining. And she stops, and she decides that she's not going to see anything because she's been spying on Trent's house.
Yeah, I mean, basically what we're trying to do here is get this hitchhiking Boy Scout out of the rain, and he knocks on Sylvia's window and says he's out here to help her in some way.
No, he just wants to ride into town.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I'm just sitting out here snake watching, but it's raining, so that's not going to happen.
Snake
So
watching, she does say that.
everything's a snake. So get in the car, and I'll give you a ride. He's trying to get to a hostel.
Yes.
He keeps looking down at her
her exposed garter.
She's got a slit up to her hip in her dress.
And I just wrote, love the dirty joke. And I didn't write what the joke was.
I don't even know. I don't know. The whole movie's a dirty joke.
Yeah, it's true.
And instead of, this is Kev.
Yeah.
Sylvia says, we're not taking you straight to the hospital. You're going to come to my place to dry off because you'll catch your death.
Yes. So then we flash to them playing snakes and ladders in their lingerie.
It is great. It's so crazy. There's a pile of pillows in front of a giant fire. He's in like a robe.
Like a bathrobe.
Bathrobe. They're playing snakes and ladders, not shoots and ladders.
Well,
the old school version of it. And she is wearing nothing.
She's wearing panties, a bra, and like a little
lace, panties, a bra, and then like
a tiny lace robe.
It might as well be like a tissue paper robe over it. And they're just languishing.
It's like chiffon or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think tissue paper would be hard to see through.
So then Lady Sylvia has decided to put on some music. But then Hiker...
Oh, it's the mouth organ. That's the joke.
Yes! Okay.
Because
Kevin
Kev says that he can play the harmonica.
And
so he pulls it out at this point and starts playing.
And she like just drops the CD and she starts dancing.
And she has to wiggle to the music.
Because she's being snake charmed.
She has to dance.
Yes. She's being snake charmed.
That would be so difficult. To exist where every time you heard music you had to dance. You'd never stop dancing.
It's a certain kind of music that will be revealed later on. It won't be everything, but I don't know how much of a distinction there would be.
Yeah. So then Lady Sylvia decides that Kevin needs a bath. And so she gives him a bath. And then she gets him to stand up and tells him he is a fine growing boy.
And bites his dick off.
Yeah.
Now, a couple things here.
What's happening to me?
Sometimes I love watching Jamie listen to this shit.
You guys said you loved this movie. That was great.
I do not love this movie.
I loved this movie. I thought it was hilarious.
Now, hang on. A couple things here. This actor was supposed to be full frontal. That's what...
Really? Because I don't know that she bit his dick off.
No. That's what Ken Russell wanted, but he got cold feet and
Come on, Ken.
Exactly.
It's 1988.
It's the year I was born.
Once again,
should have ushered me into the world.
Once again, no penises for Jamie. But she does remark on his manhood.
She does.
And then her head goes
down and then she bites him. She definitely bites him. He's now paralyzed.
I don't think his dick was bit off.
I don't either. I think she just like
put some
around
poison
there.
in.
I'm sorry, it's being hyperbolic.
Okay. And then she has bit him and she's telling him that he's now a sacrifice so that the god can live, and it's a privilege.
Yeah, it's a privilege. What is it, Dionin?
And human sacrifice is as old as Dionin himself.
Yeah. And
then the doorbell rings. And then she's like, great. So she decides to go ahead and drown him because now somebody's here and she can't keep him for the sacrifice she needs.
So she just puts her high heel on his head and slowly pushes him
under the water. I forgot she's also wearing like vinyl boots all the way up to her.
Yeah, so it's the lingerie and also thigh high boots.
Just a little comfy at home look.
So it turns out that it's Lord James. And he's in some sort of military outfit?
So it turns out he's a pilot, I think.
Okay.
This movie has this thing about explaining stuff later.
Yes,
which will go with the antidote shit later on.
So he's like, hey, you're not in the book yet, so I just dropped by because I hear you've had some trouble with a snake. And
by all accounts, he's actually just being neighborly.
Yeah. And offers to have his man scotch the yard, which I don't understand what that meant.
Basically, he's going to have someone come out and take care of her snake problem.
Yeah. So she invites him in for a drink. And it's so funny. Like, she gives him a drink, and he just, like, casually lounges on the pillows.
Yeah.
There's no furniture.
My notes say they do a flirt dance, spill too many beans.
Is that what you wrote?
Yeah. I think he's just talking about the watch being found.
Yes. Ty said they had a conversation about the village and snakes.
Well, he's telling them, like, the girls are back on the search again.
They start talking about the girls and their parents, and Lady Sylvia says a line out of The Importance of Being Earnest, which offends Lord James. And he gets up to leave. And so to keep him from leaving, she has a melodramatic breakdown about her fear of snakes.
I love this.
Which obviously isn't true since she's part snake.
Because she's part snake. And he's like, then why are you sitting here playing snakes and ladders by yourself? And she's like, I don't know. I'm just a little schizophrenic that way. And he's like, yeah.
Okay. Doesn't make me want to stay here.
Everything about this, I like his character.
Yeah, no, me too.
He's rich. He's fine, and he lets people just do what they want to do, and then he clocks weird evil right away and is like, I don't like you, and wants to leave.
Yeah.
Did she answer the door dressed as she was
Yes,
dressed?
Yes.
she's like this the whole time.
And then
It's
he
wild.
No, she put on another robe.
he
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she put on another robe. So you can see her boots.
Her
Her
boots.
boots, and obviously every time she walks, it gapes.
Yeah.
But no, she is wearing
I was
an
like-
opaque robe this time.
So he just came in and is like, "Oh, hello, new person I've never met. You're naked."
Yeah. So
Yeah, I love the melodramatic turn that she does because she walks to camera,
yes.
puts one hand to her lips and starts crying, and then reaches her other hand back
Yes, hold my
to him.
Hold
and
my-
he's just like,
So he
"I
does
will
walk
come to
over there.
you."
Yes, he walks over to her and holds her hand.
It's so funny.
And at this point, actually, Lord James is holding her because her
Yeah.
melodramaticness. And he's like, well, I want to help you over your fear. And she thought that's what she was doing with snakes and ladders. She thought that she was trying to like get over her snake
Yeah,
fear.
she keeps modifying the story in little
yeah.
ways.
Yes. But then she picks up the board while he's there and then just throws it and burns it. But then she
Yeah.
says Rosebud, like Citizen
Citizen
Kane.
Kane. I don't
like,
know why.
I didn't
I don't know
understand
why.
that. Like, that made no sense. Whatever. Okay.
I don't know what they're trying to tell us with the quote from before, and like, is she just well read or knows
Maybe.
culture? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she is immortal. So she tells Lord James that she's tired, and he takes the hint to leave, and
do
he asks if he
kiss,
can see
right?
her again.
Yeah, they do kiss here.
Is it a kiss?
My notes say it. I don't know.
Oh, no. And then she said
My
she liked
note
that
says
very
it's a
much,
kiss.
and then she goes to kiss him, and there's a snake tongue flicker first.
Okay. I
Where the
didn't-
little, you know what I'm talking about, where the tongues.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
And then, yes, they do kiss. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, now we're at James's house, and he's watching old movies.
James is in his crazy rich boy bedroom, which
Uh-huh.
is this awesome combination of old giant English manor.
Think Midsummer Murders.
And there's a drum kit in the corner, and there's giant like color TV, from
He's like,
1988
"I am
color TV,
But he's got like
Young
the
man.
poster bed with the roof on it and all the drapery.
and all the drapes like Scrooge.
And all the wainscoting everywhere, wood everywhere.
It's old world with a bunch of 80s toys, and it's kind of awesome. It's perfect for this
he's
character.
on the phone talking to Evie, and he's wishing her good night.
Yeah.
And like, so he's basically left one woman.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
guess.
he's not.
Did they say they were exclusive?
They aren't exclusive.
No, I guess. Okay, and then we.
It's true to this character.
So, right, and then
He's-
James. Yeah, he's kind of a playboy.
Yeah, he's a playboy.
So he tells Eve goodnight, and then they make plans to get a drink later. And then we see the painting of a knight murdering a white worm in front of the cave, which is like his family history.
Right. So basically, there's an old mural of the family history
in his room. Yeah.
In his room, kind of either on the wall or it almost seems like it's on the ceiling.
It's like above the fireplace or something.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he's looking at this while he nods off
Yeah.
to sleep and has a bonkers dream.
He does. So we see a dream of James. It's like a part animation, part live, where James is walking into the painting and entering the cavern, and he's no longer in bed. Because like originally he's like in bed and he's like watching himself walk into the painting, and now he's the James that's in the painting.
Right.
And that is now a psychedelic dream, and he's going into an airplane and up a ladder. Which is weird that he's going into an airplane up a ladder, not stairs, but whatever.
Well,
and
it's
Lady
whatever.
Sylvia.
But it's a real plane.
It's a real plane.
Like it's on a tarmac and it's got that convoluted airplane door.
Yeah, but Lady
thick hinges
Sylvia and Eve are both on the plane as stewardesses.
as stewardesses.
On the plane, he's doing a crossword puzzle, but it's actually just like a dots,
It's like connect dots and it's a
It's a
snake.
snake.
Hey, this and the hallucination before are dream logic,
Yeah.
and it's perfect. This
Yeah.
is some of the best parts of the movie. This dream is amazing.
Yeah, and
I
then
think.
now Mary's giving safety instructions, and Lady Sylvia is making a drink.
And this is all like silent. Like Mary's saying stuff, but you can't hear the words.
Right, and Lady Sylvia's making a drink for the Trent girls' mother and father, who are also on this
Who
plane.
are also
Catatonic
seemingly
and tied up.
catatonic and tied up
Yeah.
in airplane seats.
Yeah, so in the dream, she then brings Lord James a drink and uses
my
her
God,
garter
this is so
stocking.
funny.
She like literally sits down next to him and pulls up her skirt to show her garter and distract him.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. This gets worse, Jamie. This gets.
While the
Just to
seatbelt
distract it. Like,
while the seatbelt ties him up. And then she force feeds him this drink. And then Eve interferes by taking the drink away, and then they arm wrestle over it.
Well, they get into a full-on cat fight.
They do. Lady Sylvia is able to spill it, and it burns Eve. But Lady Sylvia just licks off the part that
Sure.
fell on her. It looks like green jello.
Yeah.
Now Lady Sylvia and Eve are wrestling while
James is
there's
watching.
imagery of Lord James holding a red marker and it slowly tilts upward like he's sexually aroused. So he's like holding a red marker.
It's the red marker he was doing the crossword for.
Yeah.
And as he's tied up, it's now in between his legs. And he's watching these two women dressed as stewardesses with their skirts getting hiked up around their hips as his red marker tilts higher and higher in a tiny dog penis metaphor.
Yes.
And it's so stupid.
It is. And then the Trent girl's dad wakes up and walks to the front of the plane. And then Lady Sylvia and Eve both use their legs to distract James as he gets up and walks out the door of the plane into the cavern where he finds the Trent watch. The
Where he
Trent
finds the
statue.
watch.
What is wrong with James that he can't be around a woman's legs?
I mean, we all have our kinks. So,
So then there's a loud clattering.
right. And it's his butler, Peters.
Yes, it's his valet, not a butler. It's his valet.
What's the difference?
It's a manservant, so he serves the man, not the house.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Okay, so it turns out the valet has woken him up, and he gives him a newspaper, which has a picture of the search party on it for Trent's parents. And James just happens to notice that the opening of the cave on this newspaper matches the painting in his room.
Right.
Like,
I don't know why this is a surprise to him.
Yeah, it should not have
They
been.
have the name of the cavern. They know what the cavern is.
They keep asking him
It's-
this throughout the movie, and he's like, "I was a kid, or my family didn't really talk
I
about
guess
it
they
much."
try to cover
They do.
it.
They said this multiple
But
times.
there's no reason for him to not.
No. Yeah.
And there's no reason to do the tap dance of it in the movie at all. He could just be like, yeah, that's where they disappear.
So he points this out to his valet, Peters, and he's like, well, it's not really a coincidence, as the Stone Ridge Cavern was the lair of the Antrim worm.
Of the worm.
Yeah.
Now, Peters is
He was suspicious the whole time.
wildest character. I love this guy. He's making choices. He will stop midline and stare off into the corner. He's fucking hilarious.
He is hilarious. I agree. So now James has met up with Flint and the two girls, and they search the cavern for their parents.
This cavern's real. This is a place that they went and set up cameras. It's awesome, scary looking. It's got multiple like entrances when filmed from the inside looking out, and it is just a real ass place.
Yeah, I don't think that. I feel like where they filmed on the inside is different from where they filmed on
I
the
agree.
outside.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I just bring it up because it's not like a set. These actors are climbing into an actual hole in the earth.
Right.
The ending is a set.
Right. So they're in there. They're like trying to look for where the watch came from. They look at the map to see where it was found, and it was nearby some cave drawings. And James is like, well, I've never seen those, so take me to him.
Yeah, so Angus and the girls are kind of put out by this because they're like, we've looked here, we got our hopes up, they've been dashed, and James now has this, like, because of his dreams and his meeting with Sylvia is like on the case.
Yeah.
And he's a rich boy that goes, I want to do something.
I want to do it, yeah.
And so show me the cave drawings and whatever. And the girls are like, we want to go home.
Yeah, they're cold, they're done, they don't want to do it. I mean,
It's their tragedy that their parents are missing.
Yes. There was an earlier scene where, like, James is demanding tea, and Mary has to get tea for him. Like, he's kind of still
Again, I like
petulant
this
child.
character because it's not overblown. He's selfish, but he's kind. It's like, it's layered.
Yeah. Okay, so James...
Angus takes James to the
Thank
cave
you.
paintings, and there's all tits and
Women
dicks.
with penises. It's women with boobs and penises, yeah. Flint thinks it might be a fertility symbol.
They're hermaphrodites.
Or maybe it's a hermaphrodite. Half man, half woman, like the common earthworm.
Do you get it yet, guys? Like, everything is like pointing to just the one thing.
James begged them to show him where the watch was found and makes a comment about how it could have been undigested from a worm eating the whole person and then passing the watch.
Yeah, James is pretty much on the thing that there's a big-ass worm running around.
Yeah. So it was near a spring. And he's like, well, where does the spring come from? And they're just like, from a hole in the rock.
Right.
Obviously, it has to come from somewhere. So Eve decides to go outside the entrance as the others go to where the watch
Eve's
was
heading home.
discovered.
She's done with this.
Yeah, she's done. She's like, I'll go home and make tea.
Yeah.
And tea in Britain is actually dinner, guys.
I honestly didn't know that. So I was going to be like, don't condescend to me, but you had to there.
Yeah. It's dinner.
She's
It's
making, like, a
called
meal.
Tea. Yeah, she's making a meal. Yeah.
She's making a meal.
Yeah.
But she gets distracted on her way home by...
Yes, she's walking through the woods, and we hear Lady Sylvia calling her name. Lady Sylvia is up a tree in a giant red vinyl boots, and she says that she heard a kitten up a tree, so she had to climb up here and see what was going on.
So do you get
and
the...
now she can't get down.
No, she can't get down. So...
Eve, don't trust that snake.
Serpent in a garden with a lady named Eve. Do you get it yet, folks?
Yes. And she gets Eve to help her out of the tree. She's like, if you just...
It is
just
4...
reach for my hand. That's it.
It is 4 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
She's 4 feet off the ground.
Yes. So she gets Eve to help her touch her hand, basically, and then she hypnotizes her.
Yes.
To follow her to Temple House.
Now, this is technically mesmerism, which is...
Okay,
never mind.
my bad.
No, it's not your bad, because actually I don't think I'm right.
Okay.
Mesmerism is like the hypnotizing of animals. So the snake dancing and snake charming is a form of mesmerism.
So the snake has been mesmerized.
No, when you do stuff to the animal.
You're mesmerizing
So
the snake.
like I said, I think I'm wrong.
So then the snake has been mesmerized. That's how that works.
Right, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what she's doing when the music hits.
That's today's etymology lesson.
So back at Temple House, Lady Sylvia is in a tanning bed, naked. She tells...
We just hard cut to her in a tanning bed, naked.
Like she's on her back, and we have to watch her flip over onto her stomach. So she shows all her goods. Yeah. So
I mean, that's what the movies do. That's what you're here for if you're watching this.
I mean, most horror movies, especially in the 80s, is all about boobs. So
true, but I think this is trying to be a sexy movie, and it just rubs me the
You're
wrong
like,
way,
you're
man.
just too goofy.
It's so funny. So, like, this woman, this Sylvia character, reminds me of the Isabella Rossellini character from Death Becomes Her.
Okay.
Where she drinks the potion and she doesn't wear a top and she's like very Egyptian, and like it just reminds me of the same type of lady.
You know that artwork in the 80s that was like, there were women that were stark white backgrounds and their skin tone would be also stark white, and you would just have their red lips and like black
it was almost
eyes.
Vector-like.
It's almost Vector-like.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I don't love that type of artwork, it feels like one of those women walked out of a painting and started talking like a snake.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Anyway, Sylvia tells Eve to disrobe, and Eve complies. She's still mesmerized. Yeah. So she then tells Eve that she's immortal and that she has seen many souls be reincarnated around her. And she has met Eve before as a nun attempting to build a convent over her sacred temple.
They did build the convent over her sacred temple. That's why they were sacked and raped.
That's why they were raided by the Romans
she says,
and raped.
You were poor little virgins masturbating in the dark.
Yes, she did say that. Yeah. So she draws Eve really close, and she talks about how only virgins are acceptable sacrifices to Dionin. And then she grabs this long,
giant, sculpted
phallus horn thing.
Yeah, it's like a sculpted horn.
It's like a cone. Okay?
Yeah,
it's like a cone. But it also has like etchings on it. So
she starts stroking and getting higher and higher on her naked legs while talking about her being a virgin.
And she basically uses this in flash to Eve's face while she makes like mewling-ish.
Essentially testing her
virginity with this cone horn. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not cool. Yeah. Then Lady Sylvia then tells hypnotized Eve to call the farm and convince her sister that she is overwhelmed with the strain of it all and has gone to London.
Right.
Yeah.
But she catches a glimpse of, she has a crucifix.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
As she's on the phone calling her sister and having this conversation, then she notices the crucifix.
So what you're saying is we are there. We are
there,
right
but
there.
We had to like...
We're literally right there.
And she saw the crucifix rings on her hand, and she has a flashback. As her sister is on the phone, upset and wondering what is wrong, and she's only able to yell Dionin at her.
Yeah, basically the vision of Christ on her ring breaks the spell just long enough for her to try to warn Mary.
Yeah. And then Lady Sylvia snakes out and hisses and spits.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Later in the movie, there will be parallels written for vampirism because it is the same type of...
That's what they... Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically when I say she snakes out, she's vamping out. Her teeth are coming out.
Yeah.
She's vamping out.
Like you said, they call her a vampire
They do.
at some point.
They do later. Angus does, yeah. So now we have a trippy scene with topless Lady Sylvia and tons of impaled bodies.
Yeah, I don't even recall this trippy scene, so it's not on my notes, so it must not have...
And now we're with Flint and Mary at the house wondering where Eve heard the word Dionin.
Yes. So I guess that flash was Sylvia attacking Eve.
Yeah, it must have
We
been.
basically cut to the kitchen where Angus is listening to Mary's side of the conversation and, like you said, picks up that she said Dionin.
And he's like, that was the name of a pagan snake god. Yeah. And Mary then tries to call back to this train station and leave a message.
This whole thing is not necessary for the movie.
Mary is then adamant that Eve is not left because the clothes she's wearing are not here. She didn't pack any bags. And she's like, I think somebody has her.
No, James had been there the whole time. Because James now convinces, when she comes back, James convinces Mary and Angus that the movie is happening. I said.
And then I wrote a note here.
Because he's saying, this is the snake lady and blah, 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 and whatever.
We're not there yet. Are we? No, Flint discovers I don't have James in here.
What?
Maybe he's there. Maybe he's there, and he's just not
They all
already-
came back from the cave together. They're all in the kitchen.
Oh, you're probably right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then I wrote a note here. Though. Oh my God, Peter Capaldi takes off his glasses and he has this huge unibrow.
Oh, dude, the unibrow
The
Capaldi
unibrow.
this whole time is wild.
Because like his glasses were hiding it, and now he has no glasses and he has this huge
like-
unibrow.
Hey, man, I love that. Back in the day.
I know. I have
Just
another
for
comment about
one
body
eyebrow.
hair later.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We've got.
Yes,
we've
I
got
loved
some
that.
Great body hair going on.
So, okay, you're right. So now they sit around and they review the facts.
Who's they?
The group.
Okay.
It's Mary and Flint and James. You are
Yeah.
correct. Flint discovers the prehistoric skull, possible from a snake. Skull is stolen. Same site he uncovers the mosaic from. This is all James talking. You're correct.
Yeah.
Same
James
site.
explains the movie to
Yes.
the other two.
Roman occupation and then a snake and a cross. Eve saw a snake and a cross in her hallucination. Eve is religious. It is possible that the site they have dug up is the site of the pagan religion and also a convent. So it's a conflict between Christianity and some early pagan cult, possibly even involving human sacrifice. Why is Temple House called that? And then Mary's like, we all learned this in
Everybody knows
school.
that because it was a temple.
It was the site of an old temple.
I'm like, then why are we taking this much time talking about it?
Mary then accuses James, now saying that Eve's snake bite is going to be connected.
Yeah, she's like, now you're going to say the snake bite's part of this. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
And then he responds with snakes and ladders in Lady Sylvia Marsh. And they're like,
Now, listener, I want you to just listen to rewind and
Fuck
go
you!
back. No, I'm giving you flowers. I wrote, James explains the movie to them. Lindsay took the time to write all of that down,
I did.
which is,
I have more too.
okay,
I
keep
have
going.
more moments like
Keep
that.
going.
Okay. So now we're back at Lord James's house, and his valet has set up speakers in the tower of his giant mansion.
Yeah, essentially now that James has laid out the plot of the movie, they're like, we're on a hunt.
Now we're gonna fight back.
Yeah, we're going to fight back.
Yeah.
And he puts his rich boy giant speakers on the top of this
red. They're
castle.
red
They're red.
speakers.
And they're pointing at Temple House.
Yes. And then he's like digging through a trunk for his dad's old records, looking for the one that can charm a snake.
Right.
And then he finds it and he begins to play music out of the tower. And he's like, I'm expecting company. Then we flash to Temple House and we see Lady Sylvia come out of one of those.
She comes
old
out of a
snake-
wicker basket
Yes.
like a charmed cobra.
Yes,
Like,
she
what the
does.
fuck was she doing
That's
in that
the cover,
basket?
That's the cover of the DVD.
That's it. Now she's wearing all leather and like it's
She's
like
wearing
vinyl.
like a pleather, like no, it's
Yeah.
almost like a snake skin pleather.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's wearing like a little bolero and a halter top and,
And the
skin
whole-
tight pants.
And her
Yeah.
hair just, I mean, it's always been slicked back, but it's
Sure.
like seems to be more slicked to her skull. And I'm just like, are you just like hanging out in that thing?
Yeah, she was. She was just hanging out in that thing. So then she starts to slinky walk toward the music.
Yeah.
While Flint and Mary watch her leave because this is a whole plan. But they don't show us that it was a plan. It just flashed
No,
to it.
I mean, yeah.
So Flint and Mary then sneak into her house. Flint is distracted by the sculpture of Marcus Carasius.
Yeah, he's the.
And
he's-
the rebel emperor is what they called him.
Yeah, I mean, he's been talking about him since those were the coins.
Yeah, he was on the coins that were on the dig. Flint's like, he would have known about this pagan religion, and he was potentially involved. What is he doing here? Is like his question. Never comes back.
Okay, number one, he's literally there writing a paper on this very
He is,
thing.
he
So
is.
him being, what is he? I guess he's saying, what is he doing in Temple House?
Yes.
Okay, and at this point in the movie, it is basically that immortal Sylvia seduced this Roman emperor to do evil shit because she was always by the side of power
Probably,
throughout.
yeah.
She was always a seducer of power. That's
Sure.
basically all it is.
It's probably all it is.
She's a timeless corrupter of people.
Yeah. So then we find a stuffed mongoose, traditional enemy of the snake.
And I thought that wasn't going to come back, but it does.
Then we find Mary's mom watching a woman dancing with a snake on television. Mary gets real close. She's so happy. She's got tears in her
Yeah,
eyes.
so Mary's mom is like she is in the dream. She's sitting in a chair, seemingly comatose, just parked in front of a television.
Yeah. But then mom snakes out and bites Mary's neck.
Yeah.
Like a vampire. Flint then uses a log from the fireplace to drive her away while Mary begins to trip and have scenes of weird pagan rites. And this is where we see the phallus spikes are on like their groins. And
They literally
they are grinding on each other and stabbing each other.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
literally putting penises through, like, these sharpened phalluses through Mary's body, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it's a vision. Somebody's. So it's
Well,
like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a hallucination, but
Yeah.
that's what we're watching
Yeah.
on the screen.
And then Flint is gone to suck the venom out of her neck.
Yeah.
Then he runs across the room and spits it this time into like the bottom of a brandy sniffer.
It's like a brandy sniffer, yeah.
And it's a lot. There's a lot of it.
It's
Like
gross.
his entire mouth was full of venom to spit it out.
I don't want to go too deep into what that metaphor is. You get this deep into this movie and you're just kind of like, ick.
So then he just immediately picks up the phone and calls James. The valet answers and supposedly tells him to give James a message and that it's working and she's on the way.
Yeah.
Lord James then tells him, the valet, so now we're with the valet again, and tells him to unlock the front door, but then lock up the chambermaids. And I'm like, my thing is, you're like, who the fuck still has chambermaids?
Dude. Guys, I can't express this enough.
Listen.
Just go find a supercut of Peters in this movie, because we're not doing him any justice. This actor is just... This whole script is a ham sandwich, and he's just stuffing it all in his mouth. Chew, chew, chew. He's so funny.
So James then calls the police, but then the power goes out, and the valet screams, and we hear hissing.
No!
James grabs the sword. There's a woman coming running at him, and he slices her in half.
This
is all really fast.
Right, but the woman is Mary's mother.
And then James actually falls into the drum kit.
Yeah,
with his own momentum of slicing her in half.
So he spins around and slices Mary's snaked out mom in half, falls into the drum kit, is all good because that's what this inexperienced person would do.
Night lighter.
And so he picks up
it's like bigger than the bottle of beer.
Yeah, he picks up this giant night and he clicks the back and the head pops open and lights. And I'm like, this lighter's 12 pounds. It's the most decadent actual thing you would see in one of these dumb monarchies houses ever.
Because he's using the lighter as light. And we now see the Trent's mom cut in half. Both parts are writhing on the floor.
So
her legs are flicking.
It's a very obvious, the actress is, in a hole in the ground, and then another actress has the legs sticking up out of the ground with blood, but it kind of looks really awesome.
Good. Yeah. So then he runs to the main hall and sees Peters is down with a snake bite.
Yeah.
He gets a phone call. The phone is ringing, and it's Flint. And they both share what happened at prospective locations.
Yeah.
Flint is telling James that the venom seems to be a form of vampirism.
Yes.
Then Flint notices that there's no music in the background and asks James to check the record, but the record is missing. Then there's a jump scare where Mom Trent has grabbed James' ankle.
Yeah.
But then Flint hangs up and tells Mary her mother is at rest. Yeah.
Right. This is a really awkward...
It doesn't show us what happened.
This is a crazy awkward cut. And you're like, what's going on? Because next time James shows up, he's fine. You think that maybe... half of the mom's snake body got him or something.
And there's no music, and maybe Sylvia's come after him too.
And then it cuts to the next day, or it's
daylight. The next day, the cop, Ernie, has come to collect Mary and identify her mom's body.
Now the problem is...
And she's like, I want to wait for Angus to come back. And he's like, we don't have time for that.
Right.
And so he gets her in the car.
The movie's telling you Ernie's bad. We know that Ernie's, because it's a kind of reveal that it's not just any cop, it's Ernie.
Right, and this was somewhere in here... Angus makes a comment where he has to do more research to fight this. And
I swear to God, I don't know if there's a version of this movie that has scenes in different orders, or we watched one with certain scenes cut out. I don't remember it being this
the Tubi version. I don't know. Yeah, whatever's on Tubi.
It makes sense eventually to whatever degree that makes sense at all.
Okay. So the cop has Mary in his car, but they don't head to the station. She's like, hey, we're not going to the station. Where are we going? And they was like, well, we got to pick up Lady Sylvia Marsh on the way.
Basically, Ernie, the cop, is covering all that happened. Hampton Hall was burgled. The burglars killed Peters. We found your mom's body that was all fucked up in there. And he's laying this story. And James has been detained because he was home at the time. And it was such a fucked up murder scene that he's detained for questioning. But like you say, she realized she's not going to the cop station. She's going to Temple House. Ernie says it's because she's needed for questioning too.
Correct.
Okay.
So when they arrive, the police officer asks if she's coming. He's like, he gets out of the car and he's like, are you coming with us? I'm like, hey, why the fuck would she do that?
She's like, I'm going to wait in the car, thanks.
And she gets really suspicious. And then she notices a bandage on his wrist.
Right.
And she then slams him with the door and takes off down the drive. She tries to get out, but the gates close before she can get out. She then runs to an underground tunnel. She goes down some stairs to an underground tunnel or an underground folly or something.
It seems at first blush like a cellar, but it seems instead it's more like a like you said, an underground runway around the
It's
exterior.
some sort of servant's access to the basement.
It's
Who
some
knows?
British shit.
It's British shit.
It's some old
yeah.
British shit.
So she goes down, and the police officer follows her, and he's snaked out.
So he's snaked out, and she gets to a gate that also has a live snake,
Yes.
like a boa
She
constrictor.
is stuck between a
so
snake
she's
and a
between two
snake.
snakes.
And then we hear bagpipe music.
And here comes our hero.
And Angus Flint,
Enter bagpipes.
in full tartan regalia, is playing bagpipes.
Scots represent.
Yes, to distract the snake and snake creatures like a snake charmer.
So wait, when I said earlier that like it's a specific music, I guess it's not that specific because apparently bagpipes will
I think
do
it has to do, if we
Like
probably could look this up, there's something about the perfect tones.
Like, yeah.
I don't know.
The warbling of the sound or something like that.
Right. So Flint has charmed the cop snake with his music. It's like funny because it's like, okay, so like the cop is like charmed for a second and then he lurches, and then he's charmed for a second and he lurches.
And then he
runs out of breath. 'Cause you know how much breath you have to use to play a bagpipe.
Yeah.
And he runs out of breath.
It's actually very clever.
It was.
It's almost like evoking like the Weeping Angels, where you you have to
yes.
keep playing
Doctor Who.
or exactly. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the Who connection here, where it's like if you stop, it's going to move closer to you.
Yeah, so as he runs out of breath, so then, of course, the cop lurches at him and they wrestle, and the cop gets thrown onto a sundial that somehow goes through the back of his skull and out of his eye.
So it's not
ridiculous.
It's a sundial, but again, the points of it shaped like a metal snake,
Yeah.
and when he falls back on it, it goes like you said, back of a head, and then the snake metal part of it is got its eyeball stuck on the
so
top
like,
of
you'd
it.
have to get the soft part down here, and then that's
Look,
like impossible.
This isn't the first time we've stuck things through heads that couldn't be stuck through heads. See, I just did the artwork of a fucking blender from You're Next.
So then we go to a scene now where Angus is like playing the bagpipes in the house, looking for others, I am assuming. He gets to the bottom of the stairs, sits down, and then prepares an injection.
Okay.
And I'm like, does he give this injection to himself? It doesn't show us any injection.
He pulls out, the hypodermic needle of something, squirts it to make sure it's there,
Well,
and then
he fills a vial. He has a vial, and
he injects something off screen below.
So then
you don't know.
and then we see he pulls out a mongoose. And I'm like, did he inject the mongoose?
Exactly.
Or
I'm like,
himself?
did he make a super-powered mongoose? Because he pulls out, look, this is nuts. Jamie, I'm going to tell you, out of like his fucking kilt, he pulls what looks like at first blush like a stuffed mongoose, and then he lets it go, and it's fucking real.
It's fucking real, yeah.
And that mongoose, he lets loose into the bowels of this Temple House.
Yeah. And we see like the curtains waving, and he goes to investigate behind the curtains, and then he gets smashed in the face. And I did not know what smashed him in the face.
It is
and you told me.
wet, bloody, ruined body of the mongoose being thrown back into his face.
Which explains how he got the scratches on his face.
That's how he got all the... Yeah.
And
the
then
mongoose plan did not work.
No, it did not. Then we see Lady Sylvia, topless and maked up to look like a blue snake creature. She comes out and bites him in the leg immediately.
Yep.
And she's wearing earplugs the whole time.
So the bagpipes weren't gonna... And I love that the music thing is as simple as earplugs. Yeah. I just don't have to listen to you.
Yeah, exactly. She then tosses him down at some stone steps into like the basement.
Right.
And we see Mary has been caught and tied up.
This is the titular lair of the
lair,
War.
yeah. Eve is strung up now, also on a rope. Her hands are tied up above her head.
We've got
and
Mary...
she's wearing her white cotton panties and her white cotton bra to show her virginity.
Yes.
And she's hanging over like a green pit.
She's right on the edge of a giant well, essentially.
Yeah, but it's got green light, so to me at the time it was green pit.
It's not a well. You're right, but it's cylindrical and it goes straight down. You know, it's not like a rocky fissure or anything.
And this is where I wrote, I love that Lady Sylvia has armpit hair.
Yeah, so
she has armpit hair.
We have armpit hair. I mean, that's the only good thing about Sylvia.
A feminist.
Yeah. It was because she's ancient. Back then, they didn't shave their armpits.
She's also a snake.
She's also a snake.
So
we
probably
see that...
shouldn't have a lot of hair at all.
We see that the pit is actually a tunnel or some sort of like giant well, like you said, into the cave system.
Yeah, and it goes down to like infinity. It's just like
we start to learn that now James and a group of spelunkers or something, a crew of men.
So this is also
are bringing some sort of gas into the cavern back at Stonebridge Cavern to force it into the fissure to kill some sort of carnivorous creature on the other side. Carnivorous, yeah.
So it's convoluted and weird, but I guess this was their plan. That James and his men are going to like gas this thing into a direction that it wants to go anyway.
Right.
Because it's going up.
That's what
for
caves
the
do. Yeah.
Well, but this worm wants to go up this place
Oh, yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
To get his
They're
sacrifice.
just like gassing the worm. Yeah.
So I don't even know why. Oh, wait. It's okay. Sylvia does kind of say this. Basically, they just make the worm go a little faster than it would.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, it went faster. Because we actually hear James's voice coming through this pit.
Yeah.
Because they are connected. They're telling us that the pit and the bottom of Temple House is connected to this cavern.
Right. So then Sylvia comes back doing some Dionian chant.
Yes. So now Lady Sylvia has begun her sacrificial ritual.
Yeah.
She places a crown of flowers upon
All right.
Eve's
This
head.
is some good folk horror.
I wrote this whole thing down.
All right. Let's do it.
Dionin, who came
God, you
forth
did.
from the dark. Dionin, who dwelt in peace in the Garden of Eden. Dionin, who gave us the gift of knowledge. Dionin, who suffered the wrath of the false god. Dionin, who was driven from Eden by the false god. Dionin, who was trodden underfoot by the Son of Man. Dionin, who returned to the darkness. Dionin, whose kingdom is darkness. Dionin, who makes safe our darkness. Dionin, who is darkness. Dionin, the immortal, accept this our sacrifice. Through darkness eternal.
That's dedication, babe.
I
So
rewound
good.
it to write it down and paused. So
All I wrote is this is some good folk horror.
it was. I kind of really liked it because like she's
It's
like,
great. It is a
she
moment
like
where
starts
you're,
this path
Yeah.
up this like the
It's like-
pit is raised like good like 15 feet off.
and there's
the
kind of
ground.
like a circular.
And there's like a circular path around it,
up.
and she's like walking this path. And she's got the giant phallus on. She's wearing a chastity belt.
Yeah,
and
well,
the
yeah,
giant
she's
phallus.
wearing a giant. The phallus is now a giant strap on
Yeah,
her.
she is.
And she's got this wreath of flowers
Yeah.
in her hand. This is a
It's the
moment.
skull at this point. She already
Yeah.
put the flowers on and then went back down. Yeah.
This is a moment where, for all its absurdity, this is ancient old, like stuff. This is like Wickerman stuff.
Yeah, it
You
is.
know,
It is
it's-
like Wickerman. So she's got the big phallus thing on, and she gets to the top, and she's been doing this ritual, and it appears the goal is to, because she gets really close and really suggestive.
She's about to do
and
the
she's
damn
gonna
thing.
rape, kill
She's
her,
gonna-
maybe? I don't know.
At least she's gonna invade her in some way with
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah. And then we hear growling noises from the pit, and we see some smoke at the bottom, and Lady Sylvia says that time for ritual is
There's no time for
done.
ritual, no time for
No
ceremony.
time for ceremony.
Which I guess that's just what James was doing, is make this thing go
Faster.
like 5-10 minutes faster, which ultimately saves
It does.
Eve.
Yes. But what James is doing and what they're doing were not planned. They just are
That's what I'm
happenstance.
saying. The movie doesn't make a ton of
happenstance.
sense.
So she actually untwists the
She's
phallus
like, oh,
from
no,
her.
I can't use this dildo anymore.
Yeah,
and
and then she cuts Eve's ankles free. So she's like dangling over the pit now.
yeah, so before she was kind of standing on the edge. Now she has put her over it, and she's dangling over
And we
it.
see a giant wormy creature at the bottom of the pit.
And this thing is a giant worm.
It is a giant worm. White
It is-
worm. Yeah.
It is a more interesting looking version of the little puppet at the hoedown. It's a blind-eyed, yapping thing that fills the entirety. I mean, you would fall down its mouth and it wouldn't even know you went down
It
the
was
skull. It's huge.
Yeah. So Eve's ankles are dangling free above the pit, and Lady Sylvia starts to cut the top rope where her hands are tied up.
Right.
And then, as the rope frays, Flint wakes up, and he charges up the steps and pushes Sylvia into the pit. But she's able to grab onto Eve's feet.
Right.
So now this frayed rope is holding both women up.
Women.
Yeah.
And the worm is getting closer and closer.
Right. So then Flint, because he was wearing a knife on his belt, he grabs his own knife and he starts hacking at Lady Sylvia's wrist. He just starts
Yeah.
As the worm gets closer and closer and the rope frays more. Finally, Flint cuts through her wrist entirely.
Yep.
Like, she does not let go. And Lady Sylvia
She
she falls.
The hand
into
also releases immediately.
I know, it's
not
so
like-
funny because like she's cut apart and the hand is there for a second and then
it
releases.
falls off.
Yeah, and then Eve, the rope finally breaks and Eve falls, but Flint is able to catch her.
Flint can grab her just in time.
Yeah, so he then takes Eve down to where Mary is and unties Mary and tells both girls to go. Then he pulls a grenade from his sporran, which is the man purse that
Just
he
went
wears.
so fast through that. He pulls a grenade.
Yeah,
Why? Where? What? Like,
Spor-
it's like a kilt of holding. He's got a mongoose in there. He's got a grenade in there. He's got
Scottish
knives
men wear a sporran with their kilt. That is part of his regular regalia.
in there. Is a grenade part of the regalia?
No, but the man purse is.
I'm talking about the stuff he's pulling out of it.
I think at the end we should do a recap of words we learned today.
Yeah, that one she's been throwing around, and
I was like really proud of myself for knowing what that word was. Okay.
What's
anyways,
it again?
Sporan.
Yeah, she's been saying Sporan like
It's
all morning long.
so okay, but it's really funny. He like sticks his hands into his crotch area and juggles it around. It's like as if he's jerking out.
And
he's
then
really pulling out a grenade.
I mean, that's what it was with the mongoose too. Fine, it's a Sporan of holding because it has everything in it.
Okay.
So he throws his grenade into the well, into the worm's mouth.
Right. He pulls the key, tosses the grenade into the worm's mouth, and it blows up into bits. They all get out front of the house, and he pulls out the stuff he injected himself with, and he said he had the venom analyzed, and it was able to create an anti-venom, but it took its time.
So
and
this is what he must have
injection.
been. This is what he must have been doing when he said he needed more research.
Yeah.
He went to develop a. I mean, he went to a place. There's a lab that calls it.
Yes. So he went to a lab and had an anti-venom created, which probably would have taken longer than 24 hours, but whatever.
Well, guess what?
I know. Back at the cave, James and his men are leaving, and they see the smoke in the distance. And James is asking his men if they think that could be over Temple House.
Yeah. And he's happy. It's like, maybe Angus did it.
Maybe we could do something, yeah. James then meets up with Flint at the Trent house.
Right.
Flint tells James that it was too late for him to continue trying to blow up the snake. And James is sad because he wanted to do a good deed like his ancestor.
Right. This is a sweet little scene. They're both beat up and smoke covered. They're sitting outside like on a wood pile, sharing a smoke and a flask or a little like they're doing little
flask,
thimbles of drinking. So it's just two beat up dram. That's good. Two beat up dudes smoking and drinking like after the battle.
Yeah. And Flint tells James that James saved their skins by smoking the worm out.
Yeah.
And so they have their chummy, let's go get a drink, and I have a story for you. And they're like, let's go get the girls first. Because the girls had gone to the hospital.
They mentioned before they sat down the girls are at the hospital.
For shock or whatever. Yeah. Then the phone rings, though, as he goes inside to get something before they leave. And it's the lab tech that tells Flint that he was given the wrong serum. It was for arthritis and not the antidote.
Right. It was just a mix-up.
But he can pick up the antidote tomorrow. Right. So then Flint...
So now Pierre Capaldi goes, I'm acting now, and I'm evil, but no one knows I'm evil. So he suddenly gets the news, and it's just like, doom.
He looks at himself in the mirror, checks his teeth, and then James honks the car, and he goes outside, and James tells him to slither in.
See?
So fun. And as they're driving to the hospital to get the girls, James says he's famished. Maybe they should stop for a bite. And Angus is like, why not? And then James exposes Flint's leg with a bite mark.
Yeah, he shifts the gear, and it pulls up the kilt, and you see the bite mark.
That's it.
Snap to black. And it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and the Deampton Worm starts playing over the credits.
Yeah.
And that's the movie, guys.
That was the movie. I really liked it. I didn't realize in the retelling, like, how gratuitous it was.
Oh, that's funny. Because the whole time I'm like, there's a bunch of like...
No, like when I was watching it, I was just having so much fun with the movie that the gratuitousness... Like,
it's not that bad.
It wasn't that bad. Like, but in the retelling, it sounds worse than it is.
No, right. And it
sounds pretty bad.
Maybe can't confirm. And my thing was, I don't think it's like that bad, but like I've said, I think it's trying to be kind of like horny, and I'm just like, with the whole thing.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I'm happy to put it on a list of movies that like I would probably watch again in a later date.
It's fun. Look, it's
crazy.
It's actually incredibly Lovecraftian. It's like new religions eat old religions, and all religions try to eat us. That type of shit.
I like how campy it was. I liked everything about it.
I mean, it was fun. I mean, that's easy breezy Wormuary.
Easy breezy.
Hey, Jamie, do we have a question from John?
Today's question comes from listener Bettina, who wants to know, would you rather be chased by 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
B. Let me tell you, B. It's just the one.
Just the one.
It's just the one.
Just the one. I feel like I could get away from it faster.
Yeah,
better.
I could probably get into the smaller places that the big guy can't get
Climb
into.
A tree.
I don't know about a tree.
In this scenario, does the duck still fly?
Sure, the duck can fly. I'll let the duck fly.
Technically with wings, it's all about scale. So, like, if the duck is big, his wings are still the same
Are you talking
scale.
about actual biology here that won't let the lift happen because it weighs so much?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that means Godzilla can't exist, so we can't go into that.
Right.
Godzilla's too big to exist outside of
Because its
an
own gravity
underwater
would
thing.
crush
It's-
itself?
its
Yes,
own
I
gravity
get
would
it. That's what I'm
crush
saying. So
and I love Godzilla, so we
So the
cannot
duck
take
should
Godzilla
be
out.
able to fly. So
Yes.
yeah, but we could hide in a log or in a cave.
Just a cave, a
a
small
cave,
thing, not
small
as
thing.
big as the white worms.
But like,
cave.
if devil's advocate here, like if it was an army of horses the size of ducks, wait, is that correct?
Yes. So it's either would you rather be chased by 100 duck-sized horses or one duck
No,
that's
here's
the
the
size
thing.
of a
I'm
horse?
gonna go for duck-sized horses.
That's crazy. Horses are smart. Ducks are not.
but
Horses
they're tiny.
actively want to hurt you.
But they're tiny.
Okay, so
Not tiny. I mean, a duck ain't.
But a horse, if you took the scale of a duck and the scale of a horse,
Look, I'm glad we're going here. I'm glad we're not in agreement.
I don't like birds.
I understand that.
Especially, like, it's not ducks' fault to get lumped into this, but I have on 2 separate occasions in my life been attacked by geese.
Ducks are known assholes. They just are. Their behavior is
The
bad.
geese, they come after me. I don't know why. They don't like me. I mean, geese are territorial, but 2 times is too many for a person who doesn't work with animals to be attacked by geese.
I will counter this. I was taken once to ride a horse when I was 12 or 13 by my mother, and it was a half-broken horse. And on that day,
no child should
I
horse.
no one told me how to be around a horse. I got in front of it and petted it, and it nuzzled me in the chest and tossed me down a hill of gravel. It stepped on my foot and broke my toe.
Yeah.
And then while I was on it, my sister and I were both on it. My mother was on a second horse with a rope attached. We were
It's a lead.
a lead. We were going around a field, and the horses knew they were heading back home and took off. And my sister and I both fell off that horse. This is all in one day. I don't fucking like them. I think they're assholes too. So I will take a duck asshole over a horse asshole.
Well, that's what, so I think that horses can be frightening because of their size.
Yeah.
And ducks are already small and frightening. So I would not want to then make a duck the size of a horse.
Okay, I understand that.
I would take horses and make them the size of ducks because then I'd be like, cute.
Do you just kick all these? I also feel like it would feel bad to kick a bunch of tiny horses.
Sure.
Where I would like to
but I
beat
still
the
feel
shit
like
out of a giant duck.
I would definitely feel safer around 100 tiny horses. Yeah.
Then
For
one
sure, 'cause, like, she's
massive
right.
duck.
No. In
ducks.
this question, these guys are after us. These guys want us
But I feel
dead.
like I could
They're
fight
chased.
it. I could climb a tree and the horse isn't following me.
Gosh.
Yeah, because also they
You
can't.
guys are
they
making
can't
compelling
fly.
points. You guys are really turning this around. Like, we were so confident on the outside
We
of
were,
this.
but then we thought about it longer.
The flight is an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
horses
maybe
are scary when
the
they're big.
natural asshole
Yeah.
tendency of a duck would be then multiplied just by its size.
I have also
And
seen.
their penises are little corkscrews.
Oh, God.
Imagine that, John.
Have you guys ever also been stopped in your vehicle by like a goose?
No. What is
Oh
with
my
you and geese?
God, what's happening?
What is with you and geese? Maybe you
That's
should stay
a
away from
common
geese.
thing. It stopped me. I was trying to park my car and I was in a parking lot that didn't have, they were like crossing. So it was like multiple. And then they stopped in the middle of the parking lot in the line. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll honk my horn at it. And that
Oh, well, there
fucker
you
just
go.
eyeballed me
Yeah.
and did not move. I had to reverse my car and turn around. I was like, I guess I just got bested by
You
a
said-
fucking goose.
Because what a goose does is honk, and what you did is honk. You said some shit to that goose.
But I wasn't going to get close to it because at that point, also, I had already been attacked by the geese
they're
twice.
all-
So I was like, no.
mean, yeah.
So I do not want, if those birds get any bigger, that's a dinosaur. They're dinosaurs.
Okay, well, good job, B. Compelling question. I went one way and found myself back the other way. You have just been seduced by another episode of the Creature Popcast. I want to thank our producer, Jamie. She's a sneaky snake at cherrystreetstudios.com or cherry_street_studios on Instagram. Thank you to Kevin MacLeod for all of our music. All of our art is made by Lindsay and myself. You get all of our episodes, our merch, and we're extending our sale from last episode to still you can get a selection of convenient grenades at creaturepop.com. Until next time, slither in, John.
Bye, John.